This film is one in a series about growing trees outside woodlands. These hugely important but often overlooked trees are the ones near you. Trees you are most likely to come across in places like your local park, streets, hedges or school grounds, and those that enhance our farmland and food production. They make up nearly a third of England's trees. But these trees are often only there because they have been planted and nurtured by previous generations. We need more trees growing in these spaces so that our children and grandchildren can enjoy them too. Through pilot projects, our partnership has tested different methods to establish trees in a variety of non-woodland settings across England. These are the places where tree planting has often been thought of as being too difficult or costly. In this film, we report on our pilot project which investigated community tree nurseries. A community tree nursery is formed by a group of people who come together to grow, care for and then give away or sell trees in their community. They provide a contribution in the UK tree supply chain as a valuable source of homegrown trees, often growing rare species and trees of local provenance. This pilot project explored their growing activities and how they might be supported to increase tree production and help prevent the spread of tree pests and diseases. In this film, a range of volunteers, staff and communities from Norfolk and Cornwall share their joy of nurturing trees and the difference they make to their local communities every day.
The Trees Outside Woodlands programme was really interested in community tree nurseries because we knew that they existed up and down the country. I see a range of different people sharing their interests and passions about working at community tree nurseries and how they are growing more trees to help support tree targets across the UK.
Well, when I heard about the scheme, I thought it was just a good idea, and we certainly need to get trees into the countryside. And what better legacy than local people planting trees? We live a charmed existence here in Elsing. We've got lots of lovely trees wherever you look, but they were all put in by other people and maintained. So now it's really down to us, our generation, to put something back.
Community tree nurseries are important because, well, we need more trees on the planet. We need more trees in this country. And with community involvement, local people are learning how to manage trees. It's all well and good to put trees in the ground, but you know, that's not job done. You need to learn how to look after those trees and make sure they thrive in the future.
The access to nature that Bolgan has been able to sort of provide for people is one benefit, but also the skills, the upskilling of the community. People come along here and they actually will not only learn about tree identification, seed identification, but also real transferable skills, team building, light construction, all of those sorts of things that they can sort of really pass through to other areas of their life and hopefully future employment.
The benefits of producing trees is just one part of it. The benefits to the people from volunteering, and they always said to me, coming out and volunteering, Debbie, makes me feel like I'm making a positive difference. It really helps people.
It's a communal place for people to gather and to get in touch with nature. To communication, well-being, all of those things. It's, yeah, amazing thing to do. And of course we need trees desperately.
The benefits of community tree nurseries can't be overstated really. There's so many different parts of them which are beneficial not just for people but for the trees themselves. So from a human perspective, I think it's fantastic that people can come together and learn new skills and socialise and be able to do something tactile with their hands and be able to get out there and enjoy themselves and do something in nature.
My name's Debbie Murray. I'm a project officer on the Trees Outside Woodland project. A CTN doesn't need to be a big project with a lot of land like this one is. So some of the CTNs in Norfolk are just run on allotments and by 2 or 3 people. And some are just in people's gardens. They're just growing trees in their garden. You know, aside from climate change, which is a really important thing, trees are really good for people.
My name's Joanna Martin. I'm a job coach for the 2 courses, Ticket and the supported internship, and I help students find work, get into work, get prepared for work. So behind us we have the Tree Nursery, which is at Easton College. It's a small community, but we hope to get lots of schools involved in it, local schools coming to visit, processing plants themselves, and students from here, obviously. Yeah, so it's going to have a far-reaching effect, we hope. The experience of the students realising where trees come from, really, and how valuable they are, and the sustainability of it, and then recognising berries and seeds, and, you know, they actually recognise what trees are now, and yeah, it's been amazing for them. So yeah, it's going to have a far-reaching effect on the local community. They obviously didn't have any idea what was going on, particularly when they started, and it was a lot of hard work. But gradually they've seen it all start to appear, and once the beds are done and we've planted some apple trees, and you can see the seeds coming up, and you know they've just got more and more involved and more enthusiastic about it.
My name is Andrew Doubleday, and I'm a retired wholesale tree nurseryman, and we've been involved with this community tree nursery for the last 2 years, and hope, as long as I can carry on doing it, to carry on producing trees and planting in Elsing and encouraging other people to do likewise. It's only a very small little nursery, but it just shows you what can be done on a plot that's really no bigger than a back garden or a small allotment. So there's no excuse. Everybody should be lining out and growing some trees on, even in their own back garden, to plant in their communities.
Hi, my name's Tom Adams. I'm a nurseryman. I've been growing trees for the last 20 years. So yeah, I wanted to start a tree nursery because when I was working as a gardener, I was learning how to prune fruit trees, and I got intrigued. The benefits so far are that we've turned what was quite a barren field into a really biodiverse space. So yeah, I received a grant from the Trees Outside Woods project to help with my biosecurity. We have quite a lot of community involvement here. So we have other businesses working on site. So we've got a chamomile tea business, a veg business, and a cut flower business, all working within the rotation. Before starting up a community tree nursery, the thing to do is to have a good look at the land that you've got, you know, make sure that it's suitable, and spend a good amount of time in the design process. Feed the soil, essentially. Make sure that you've got good, healthy soil. I think local authorities should support projects like this because they're so good for the environment. This is a really biodiverse space. With climate change, we're getting much heavier rains, A landscape without trees is quite often heavily compacted, so the water just lands on the surface and runs off. Whereas trees' roots, they're like little moles in a way, in the sense that they'll spread into the soil, they'll create spaces, air pockets within that soil. They allow that land to become more of a sponge and to soak the water up, and that reduces the amount of runoff into the lowland rivers and reducing floods.
Bolgan Community Tree Nursery was originally set up by Roger and Mark. They then brought on Adam, so we've got now 3 directors, and their vision really was to help with the climate emergency, also to help with the sort of community aspects of things. So it's very much a 50-50 situation here. We work with lots of different community groups and individuals. We've had remarkable benefits, some that we weren't expecting. Obviously, we are thrilled that we've collected over last autumn, we collected 250,000 seed. Then seeing those germinate, turning into seedlings and then growing into little trees that's just a joy in itself. So we work with people like Job Centre Plus, we work with St Petrock's Homeless Charity, we work with lots of different groups and individuals who just want to come along, and they may be part of a social prescribing group, they may just have a wish to spend some more time outdoors. It's been a real joy getting it off the ground. It's been a real joining of community coming together. People can feel quite hopeless with the climate emergency, and this makes people feel quite calm and actually like they're doing something to help.
Why do we need more trees? Well, there's the aesthetic side. Trees are nice to look at. Trees are good for the environment. They produce oxygen and absorb carbon. We need to grow trees and use wood. So get tree planting.
So it's great for community, and this small 6.5 acre site supports 4 different businesses and a whole range of community events, from education with school projects to local markets supporting local craftspeople.
I would say go for it. I would say get in touch with as many organisations as you can, because you'll be surprised how many people want to get involved.
I think local authorities should support projects like this because of all the benefits that they bring. It's not just helping tree planting efforts in the local area, but it's helping people to connect to nature, it's developing skills, helping us fight the climate crisis. There's just a huge amount of reasons why we should do it. It helps people get into employment, helps people's well-being from actually being outside and being connected to nature, so the kind of list goes on really.
It's really, really fantastic to see such a range of people across community tree nurseries talking about their interests and passions and getting involved in community tree nurseries all across different locations in the UK. And we really hope that local authorities will take the learning and the information and help support more community tree nurseries to grow more trees in the future.
The world is changing fast. We need to weave trees back into all our landscapes, in cities, towns and villages, on farms and rural land, next to our roads and railways, and all across our countryside. We need to establish trees rapidly and effectively to help restore nature and boost biodiversity where it's most needed. To get new results and establish trees rapidly and effectively, we need to try new things and experiment. In this film, you've heard from community tree nurseries across the programme about the amazing impact of their work, and we hope this will inspire you to encourage and support their work.